going the distance here at PAX East, and I'm here in the Indie Megabooth. I'm here with Kyle from Refract Studios, here with Distance. Now, what can you tell me about the world of Distance?
So, the main world of Distance is kind of this futuristic sci-fi city set in space. It's very Tron-esque visuals in many ways, and kind of a neon look. And the world is filled with all these roads, and you're trying to figure out, where, if there's any organic life left in the city, and you're this car trying to navigate through these crazy obstacle course-like tracks. So.
Now, the game is effectively a spiritual successor to Netronic Rush, which is a game that's very similar to this, but obviously that was a student project, and now this is their first real game coming out from the team. What are the inspirations behind Netronic Rush and Distance?
So I guess we have many inspirations. For one, Rush 2049 was certainly a big one. I mean, pretty much all the sci-fi racers, Wipeout as well. Actually, for Distance, we looked at, so Distance has multiplayer, which is something Netronic didn't have. So we actually have been looking at, for one, Rush 2049 with what they did, but as well as actually first-person shooters, just because first-person shooters have some of the coolest multiplayer, at least we think. So we've actually been looking at things for potential modes going forward. Like we looked at a capture the flag maybe with the cars, and we actually have a reverse tag mode with multiplayer, so you can actually tag a bunch of players. So yeah, so totally.
Yeah, and I saw something like a soccer game too, and those are all prototype different game modes, correct?
That's right, yeah. Yeah, and we're still working on the game. It's actually in alpha, so we're hoping to continue to add to it from here.
Now, I've already played it myself, but for those who don't know, what can players do with these cars that they can't do in any other racing game?
Well, for one, the car has rocket booster on the back, so you can actually boost. The car can also jump, and the car can also fly, as well as the car actually has jets on the side, so it can rotate and jump onto walls and stuff. You can actually ride on walls all over the place, so yeah, totally.
Now, the game is full of obstacles and various little tricks in the track design. Oh, can you tell me some of your favorite elements that you've disclosed so far for the game?
Well, for one, I'd say probably the coolest obstacle in the game right now is the lasers. When you get cut by a laser, it actually procedurally cuts the car wherever the laser hit you, and you can keep driving. And we've seen a lot of people get cut by lasers and just drive around and have tons of fun. And when you actually get a checkpoint, it regenerates the part that was cut. So that's certainly one of my favorites. Another one is actually we have these drones that they follow you along the track, and eventually they slam down. So you actually have to jump through. They have a little hole in them, and you have to jump through it. So it handles kind of timing as well as using the jump ability. I think that's another pretty good one.
Yeah, and when I was playing over there, I got decapitated pretty much. And I just kept on driving even though I lost my entire top half, so it was pretty fun. Distance was kickstarted back in 2012. What have you taken from the crowdfunding process in the development of this game?
Yeah, it's actually been really great. We launched our alpha, a few months back, and with that, we've kind of seen a lot of what the Kickstarter backers, like about the game, what they think about the game. We've kind of worked in a lot of the things that they think is cool, as well as, just in general, having the feedback's always great. And we're actually hoping to go into our beta fairly soon, get that out to the rest of the Kickstarter backers, and we'll see what they think. I'm actually really excited to see that. But no, Kickstarter's been really great for us. We had the reason we can even make this game is because we were funded on Kickstarter. So. Yeah.
Now, speaking of beta release, it's coming out soon, where the beta release is. Do you have any word as to when an actual release or more concrete details might be, as well as platforms? Because I know it's not coming out for PC, but have you thought about other platforms as well?
Yeah, totally. So like I said, we're kind of seeing how it goes at PAX, and then hopefully we'll get the beta out fairly soon after this. But then we're going to be no matter what on Steam, so we'll be on PC, Mac, and Linux. We're certainly looking at consoles. I think this game makes sense, especially with we like to have players play with the controller, as well as it's just a good-looking game for a big screen. So certainly makes sense. We're still kind of trying to figure out if we can get on consoles. But yeah, as far as the release date for the final game, we'll see how the beta goes. We're not going to say any concrete thing yet. So.
Yeah, and the website says when it's done, so I totally understand that, President. This final question. Besides Distance, what would you say is your favorite racer?
Honestly, I think I've been asked that a lot, and I actually think MotorStorm for PlayStation 3 is one of my favorite racing games. I think they did a lot of really cool stuff with that game. It's very physics-like, it's bouncy, the cars are bouncy, and you got the crazy boost. So yeah, that's certainly one. Obviously, Rush 2049 is another one that I really like. But yeah.
And can people pre-order the game right now for Steam?
Yeah, you can totally pre-order the game right now still. You can go to survivethedistance.com and pre-order the beta, and when we release the beta, you'll get it.
You heard them. Pre-order the game, or when it comes out on Steam, get on that. Go the distance and support Distance.